Three, two, one. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show. Here, we got ourselves a very, very special guest today. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna be entertained by this one. He is a running back, but not just any running back. He is an offensive rookie of the year running back. He is a running back for the Los Angeles Chargers, who has now, in the past season, won MVP. Kahari Brown, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Evan, man. Thank you for having me.
I gotta say, it is a big honor to have you on here. You know, you are one of the only players that don't play QB all time that have won MVP. So, I mean, I guess we just want to get right into the interview. We want to get right into the juicy stuff. So, first question. Now we know how you run. You know all the yards and everything. But how would you describe your game in your own words?
I would describe my game kind of elusive. I like to go, I like to get open field, towards like the left or the right outside the hashes, to really like get that one-on-one situation. I would
Okay.
say I'm more of a one-on-one running back.
So you rather like be kind of elusive rather try and go through somebody.
Yes.
Okay. No, we definitely seen that on the field. Definitely seen that on the field. Now, when I want to talk about the team now. Everybody talks about this, in interviews after the game and everything. But I just want to know myself. We know what his team is, and what happened last year. Finally making the playoffs in just your second year, but they did fall short in the divisional. So I just want to ask, how do you feel about this team this year, considering the playoff loss last year?
I'm feeling really good, considering the playoff loss was against our rivals, the Broncos. It's kind of tough. I wish we could have just lost. Really, nobody just wants a loss, but I just wish we could have lost anybody but the Broncos. But we're hoping to come back, get that Super Bowl this year.
So now I want to ask. This I feel like this is gonna be real near and dear. You had an amazing season as running back, over 1,000 yards rushing, over 1,000 yards receiving, one of the only players to do it, and of course you won MVP for it. Now, what does it mean to you to be the 17th non-quarterback and the first running back since Adrian Peterson in 2012 to be awarded MVP? What does that mean to you for that position?
First off, shout out to Adrian Peterson. Um, it means a lot. Considering that the Chargers took a big chance on me. I felt like I wasn't gonna go as high as I did, but the Chargers said, "Let's get him." I feel like I have to really like I have some unfinished business. I have to, fulfill my duties with this team. I have to get it done.
Well, I mean, no, you speaking of the Chargers draft, we a lot of people know your story, since you won MVP, right? You went to Toledo, you were just a 3 star, and you went to Toledo, you had yourself a decent career, you even won yourself a MAC championship. Then you went to Ohio State, where everything just kind of didn't really go your way. You didn't got a lot of playing time, and then you had a little bit of a resurgence, in Louisville. But a lot of people really had you in like the third, fourth round. So I just want to ask, what does the Chargers' faith in you since they drafted you in the first round mean to you? Because you weren't really projected to be there.
I feel like it really means a lot because I didn't know where I was gonna go. I didn't know if I was gonna even get drafted. But the organization took a chance on me. I love the Chargers fan organization. They got my back. I got theirs. Make sure I do what I do on the field, and they make sure they do what they do in the stands. So I'm just make sure I just just get that Super Bowl. That's all that matters for this team.
Now, of course, I have talked about your journey and talked about what everything else, but I think we want to get deeper than just the stats and just the teams. What do you have to say about your journey to get here so far?
My journey was pretty hard. My first year at Toledo, I didn't really start. Considering they still went to the MAC, and they lost against Central Michigan, and then for me to start the next year, go against Central Michigan and beat them, it kind of it meant a lot. Considering I thought I can, I always wanted to go to the big schools, so I wanted to fill my dream at Ohio State. They put me in the slot. I'm a running back, so I felt like I kind of didn't fit there. So Louisville took a chance on me. I see that a lot of teams really took that chance on me. I don't want no teams to really take a chance on me no more. I just want them to know like I'm their guy, I'm their player.
Powerful words, considering, where other people have come from, where you have come from. Well, I think that's all the time we have today, but you really spoke a lot, and I think that's timeless. So thank you, Kahari, for being here, and we hope that your career is as successful as it's already been, and it will continue to be successful.
Thank you.